the queen of comedy and
Was
one of
beef.
the kings of comedy had a little dispute over some contracts and who was gonna be the lead of the show. So what do you guys think about this little dispute between Monique, who we've known to be a little difficult to deal with, and Mr. DL Hughley?
I mean, I feel like, putting all the jokes aside and everything, it's like it's like another loss for us because it never fails. It seems like when black people get into it, we stoop to the lowest of the low and do some dirty shit to one another. Like for her to go on stage over a misunderstanding and talk about this man family, talk about this man kids, do all of these type of things, and you know what I'm saying, we know you've had issues. If your ass got issues with Tyler Perry, and a lot of motherfuckers can't even stand them. But if your ass got issues with Tyler Perry, a person who has put many black people in position to be multimillionaires, right? If you got a problem with Tyler Perry, sometimes you got to turn around and take a look in the mirror and see who is really at fault. You know what I mean? And for her to get out there and do that, and to hear the backstory and hear how he said no multiple times, but he decided to, what I'm saying, go out on a limb, help her sister out because she knows she couldn't get no help, and then you get burned like that. It's just like it's like the ultimate slap in the face. This dude is trying to work with you. You done already tried to cancel Netflix because you felt like black women and you in particular weren't getting the respect that you deserve. You didn't try to cancel other shows and stuff like that because you felt like you weren't getting what you deserve, but you also living in the past. That's like Paul Pierce still living off of an '08 championship thinking that he deserves to be put on this pedestal with LeBron. It's like, no, my nigga, you haven't done nothing since then. And
He
we
still
always
does.
hear, exactly, he definitely still does. But we always hear about people always coming up with what they did before, what we did in the past. But it's not about what you did in the past all of the time. Sometimes it's about what have you done recently. That equates to sports, that equates to everyday life. I don't give a fuck if back in the day lifted 315 pounds. Right now, you 360 pounds, and I just saw you get a goddamn 12 piece from Popeyes. So, no, I'm not gonna take your workout program, bro. Like, go sit your ass down. Just because you were a Queens of Comedy years ago doesn't mean that you get the respect to be a fucking headliner at a show. Because I haven't heard any jokes. The last joke that we saw was you getting bashed from your role on Precious. So it's like, come on, bro. It's just ridiculous.
I'm I'm gonna say this, and this is all I gotta say on this thing. I think, like, ever since Precious, she been having like the big head. Like she won like an Academy Award and a Golden Globe, and like now all of a sudden she's the most decorated, comedian of all time. And like she's been riding that fucking wave like forever. And it feels as if she's been a bigger asshole ever since. Like she can kiss my ass as far as I can concerned. Like I mean, Monique, you ain't that cold. You know what I'm saying? This ain't even you ain't even 2002 Monique. You know what I'm saying? Like like fuck you. Like the nerve of you. You know what I'm saying? You lucky if somebody is actually trying to reach to your ass and give you like a platform to speak on. Like fuck Monique. I like you old Kanye West ass nigga. Like I do not like this chick. Like fuck her.
Um, for me,
That's all I gotta
I'm
say.
just gonna be honest. And when I say this, hurt people, and I mean, it's obvious that she's dealing with some kind of issue that she really needs to go talk to some professional about, because everybody that tries to help her, it's like she bites the hand that feeds her. I mean, every time somebody attempts to work with her or attempts to do something with her, she you know, always has something negative to say, and it's like she's walking around with this chip on her shoulder, with like this huge chip on on her shoulder. And for her to stoop to the level to talk about DL's family, that's just, I mean, that's gutter trash. Because if you have a problem with me, you got a problem with a contract, you got a problem with being a co-headliner, and you thought you were the headliner. Okay, that's a you in a promoter issue. Or if you got a problem with DL, go talk to DL. leave his family out of it. His family isn't comedians. His family doesn't have a radio show. His family doesn't have anything to do with that situation. Now, if somebody wanted to get on your role and start talking about you and your relationship with your husband, this is just me.
Second
I
husband.
always think it's weird when women refer to their husbands as daddy. It just irks my it just irks me. It bothers me when they say daddy.
When that
That
Uber Beats get delivered.
um that just that I'm sorry,
Yo.
man. That
Daddy.
that's a red that's a red flag. I'm sorry. But hurt people. That's all I gotta say. I think she needs to sit on somebody's couch and talk
She
to
need to sit
let
on
that
some.
pain go. Let that pain go, girl.
I mean, every time I hear about Monique now, it's something negative. And it's just like at some point you have to look in the mirror and evaluate yourself because you're obviously the common denominator in these situations. And it's just sad, like, to reiterate what Rob was saying, that you dragged a man's family into this who has nothing to do with this situation to talk about him, to kind of like uh to validate your point, or to make him seem bad, as a villain or whatever you were trying to do. I don't know. But it's just kind of sad, man. And she definitely needs some help. She definitely has a big head. She thinks she's bigger than what she is. And she's great. She's a great comedian. She's done a lot within her career, but that still doesn't grant you the freedom to just do whatever the hell you want and think that you can get away with it. So yeah, I mean, Monique, to me, we talk about canceling everybody else. Yeah, I'm at the point where shit, cancel her ass because I'm tired of her. I'm tired of hearing about Monique in this situation with somebody else, and it's always their fault.
What to do,
She
YouTube family? If you like the show that you just saw, click the video right here so you can see more content from your boys. Now, excuse me while I mess up my liver, and I'll just wait for you to click that link. Still waiting.
And good.